Welcome back, everybody. It's Lynn Meyer with Men Cry in the Car. And so I just want to just put it out there. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you have already subscribed, shared, like, set your notifications, all those things, because this platform is strictly for men to find their community, their tribe, and all the things. So, wives, mothers, sisters, share this with the men that you love in your life because we need it. And also, if you see me with the fan today, it's because our air is off. So pay no attention to that. Just pay attention to our guest today. So today we have JWayne Owens, and he has a media company. He's a digital creator, but he came in clutch for our nonprofit. We'll talk about that too. But Men Cry in the Car, just for those that are just not finding us today or finding us for the very first time, this is a podcast or platform for men to be seen, heard, and supported. We share our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts because men want to talk and they hurt too. And we talk about life experiences and whatever, all those things. So get your tissues if you need to. Most times I need my tissue, but get them, share it out, share with the men. Watch wives, mothers, daughters, sisters, watch it yourselves. And so today we're going to bring on JWayne Owens. And so let's bring him to the stage.
What up? What up?
Hey, JWayne.
Hey, what's up, Lynn? You got me.
I did. I got you. I'm so glad that you're here. And look, I got to bring my fan out. I'm so glad you're here. And I just want to tell people, well, I told you, but I want to tell people publicly. JWayne stepped in when we needed him. I know we're going to talk about feelings and emotions, all that. I get that. But I just want to tell the people that's going to follow us, watch us live and catch the replay. He came in clutch when we thought we had something secure and it fell out. Like, as they say, the bottom fell out. And he came in, he says, I'll be able to help you. I'll be able to capture the pictures, the movement, everything for your event. And I just want to thank you for that because I really felt like it was going to be over. I felt like a disaster. And you were like, calm down. It's going to be fine. We got you. So thank you so much for that because I thought I was losing it for real. So
Yeah,
I
you was
appreciate
losing
you.
it. I know,
I
but you
know.
was.
I was like, oh, good. Oh, and you were like,
It will be okay. It's gonna be all right, some kind of way. And
and it
you,
was. And it was.
you did good. It worked out. It was a definitely
Thank you.
an awesome event. I'm just grateful that we had the resources
Hmm.
and then the team to put it all together to
Yeah.
make it happen. And again, no one knows what happens behind closed doors until we tell them. And so we're just grateful that we were in position at the right place
Hmm.
at the right time to be
Hmm.
able to assist you and keep you crying and smiling the whole entire day.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. So I just wanted to say that and thank you. So, but I know a lot of people may not know you, and I know a lot of people may not know what you do. So, just before we get into our conversation, would you please let the people know who JWayne Owens is?
Okay, so first of all, let's get this straight. My name is John Wayne Owens. Okay, and my name got kind of changed around back in 2013. My wife decided to abbreviate my name. Instead of being it John Wayne Owens, it became John Wayne or J Wayne for short. So that's my name, and I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And what we do is we're a multimedia company, which means that we service uh, the whole spectrum of media, whether it be film, photography, consulting, you name it. We pretty much can cover the whole entire. We have a studio in Duncanville. We've been here 4 years now. 1,500 square feet of studio space where people can come do events, recording sessions. We got a recording studio. How about that? Right behind me. And so, as a media consultant, a media manager, media production guy, I'm so excited that we have all the things we need to help maximize your media.
And you do, because we saw only part of what you guys, not even part. We saw a portion of what you guys can do. And so we really appreciate that. So now, you and I were talking about like what should we title this, whatever, and I was just like, oh, I don't know. But you made a post the other day, and I was
Yeah,
just scrolling on your page, and you didn't know that I did this.
right.
And I was just like, you know what? I love this post. And you said from broken to better. And then it was a second part. It was like, um, oh God, hallelujah, God, or something like that. I forget. I know I'm messing your post up, but
By
what
the
I
grace,
do
by the
remember,
grace of God, that's all I
by
say.
the grace of God, thank you,
That's
by the
all.
grace of God. So from broken to better.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. From broken to better. Where
See,
do we start with that?
well, the thing about it is, it wasn't even planned, right? And you know how Facebook does those before after pictures, whatever. And I saw that picture,
Mm-hmm.
and immediately I went back to that place. And that place was when I was just um, about to move to Dallas from Detroit, Michigan. Just having went through a divorce, just having to lose a house, to lose a house, to lose a car, to lose friends, um, trying to figure out how to balance this thing called family all over again,
Yeah.
financially just broken, just a very bad place in my life. Even spiritually, I was really questioning God. And as a former pastor prior to getting divorced, it really I couldn't put it all together because it would seem that if God was the person He said He was in my life, why are these things happening to me? You feel like you're not going to be the one to um, be affected by life's life
Mm-hmm.
because you're so spiritually sound. You're praying for people, people are calling you up. You've been all these different people, and then all of a sudden life changes in seconds. And so that picture was a place where I was very broken, very bitter, just bitter about life, um, uh, very selfish, very
Mm-hmm.
prideful, very angry, just angry, angry, angry with a smile. So it's very deceiving at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I was professional mask wearer for at least 5.5 years during the process. So when I saw that picture, immediately I thought about how God, you were always there with me. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really think that He was because I was not living a so-called Christian lifestyle per se.
Yeah.
But I was in a broken place where I know that I didn't know what was going to happen next for me. And then that little blank space next to it allows you to put a picture there that shows you where you are today. And I think that's the part that got me because a lot of people don't know the story in between. They just see the end result. They see the glitter part of it. They see the haircut. They see the smile. They see all the things, but they don't know that life has been really challenging for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was married 20 years, right? And to my church child sweetheart, I want to call it, what even the school was church,
Mm-hmm.
and having two wonderful children and separating from them, and then my daughter going through her transitioning with the process, and my son going through transitioning, and so to see the next picture that was blank, and my wife Tisha Owens, bless her heart, hope she's watching. She took a picture of me, and she takes pictures all the time, and sometimes I don't even like taking pictures to be honest. But anyway, she took that picture, and she said it'll come in handy, and it did. And when I saw the before, I saw that mask on my face. Then I saw the next picture I posed, which was a clean place. It was a free place. It was a blessed place because I have gone through my Job experience. I've gone through my Woodlands experience and realized that the same God that was when I was broken is the same God now that I'm better.
I love that. I definitely want to end with the bit in the better place. I definitely want to end with that. And then I want to go back just a little bit because when you were talking about how you wore a smile even though you were angry and you were deceiving, you were being deceitful. I think that's what a lot of us do because we don't want people to really know what's going on. We really don't want people to know that we don't have it all together. But the fact that you said that, and even though I know I did it and I know a lot of people do it, but when you said it, I was like, really? You did that? I just don't see you being like a pretender. What made you do that? Like, what made you pretend like everything is good and I'm just gonna be smiling, but I'm really angry on the inside?
Well, a lot of it has to do with pride, right? And so there's a self-image that growing up in my life, being an
Mhm.
athlete, um, being considered somewhat of a quote unquote handsome guy that people
Mhm.
told me that I didn't really
Mhm.
kind of buy into. And so
Mhm.
all these different things I had inside of me that I kept as my reserve, right?
Okay.
And so I had to make sure I kept that image up, although it's a false image on the inside,
Mhm.
but the exterior, no one knows until I tell them my truth. Or how about this? I come to my truth, which took a lot, which took that 4 years plus and some change, because I'm still processing the better part of me. I'm not there yet. And when I get there, I'm hoping I'm dead. Hope I never get there. But in that place where I had to wear this smile or be this person with this, starch white shirt on and just dress nice, and because that's the image I portrayed, and I want
Mhm.
people to always believe, man, he can never be hurt. He's an athlete. He's an all-star. He's all-American. And he's all these different things. So I could not let that thing ever be exposed. So it was easy for me to laugh or go to church and
Mhm.
smile and get in my car and literally cry. No, your title is a real title because men, we do cry in the car. And having faced that season of my life where I came to the realization that at some point they're going to find out. They're going to find out. And over time, it just kept oozing out. It just kept oozing out. And the real me, the broken me, the hurt me finally came to life because I realized that I couldn't hold it no more.
Yeah. Okay, so the broken you, the real you, the person that was going through all the pain, the hurt, the anger, and all that. Um, what kind of things were you doing? Like
Oh,
as far as
Lord.
actions and behaviors
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
with the deity, Lord.
Oh, Lord. I was in that season of brokenness.
Mm,
I told one female, I said, you're at your own risk talking to me, period, because I don't have no
wow,
remorse.
wow, yeah.
So if you decide you want to talk to me, don't be mad at the end because it
Mm,
probably won't turn out good for you because I don't care.
okay.
Um, Things like that, things like taking advantage of people, um, mainly females.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, how about this? Being in the pulpit preaching, giving a text, and then go sin.
Go talk about it. Yes. Uh
Yeah,
huh.
yeah. Just I mean, that's the real talk about it. And not understanding. Well, I really, I guess I knew, but I guess I didn't know that
Mm-hmm.
grace is really like, man, Doc, if I let this grace go thing, you are in trouble.
Yeah.
But the grace of God really kept me in that place of where all those dumb things and dumb accusations and dumb, just really not good at all to people, just really, just really bad to people.
Mm-hmm.
But yet I kept that smile as if everything was fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when I think about when you were being bad to people, because I like to use the words people give me, when you were being bad to people, you were doing dumb things, all of that. Like, did you ever feel convicted? Ever?
No,
Mm-hmm.
I mean the convictions really come to really probably about maybe 7, 8 years later, right? When I realized when I woke up out of my stupidity or my non-spiritual awareness of who I was in the kingdom of God as a kingdom
Mm-hmm.
man, I
Mm-hmm.
go back and look at the clips, realize, man, I did that, and I did that, and I would, matter of fact, I had to go apologize to my ex-wife. I'm like, dude, my
Okay.
bad, because it wasn't good. And
Mm-hmm.
even the people that I dealt with in the past, I'm gonna go apologize. I didn't realize until later. At the moment, I was numb.
Yeah. Yes.
I didn't care.
Okay. I felt like you was gonna say something else, but when you said numb, that took me to a place of usually where most people's minds will go, numb by sexing it away, drinking it away, drugging it away, like whatever. Numb to emotions, numb to feelings, like numb to even like having consideration for other people. Like,
No.
would that be accurate, or should we add some more?
Oh, that's accurate. Very accurate. Just
Yeah,
no. I mean, it's whatever whatever I could do to ease my mind for a moment. I'm going there.
yeah,
And some stuff you think about you did, and how about this?
okay,
I was so weak minded, but yet strong minded that I got persuaded to do things that I would normally even think about doing. Like in college, I was a drinker, right? Like I was what they call a college athlete conservative drinker,
yeah,
right? So I know how to do enough to stay eligible for track and field at the same time. But when I got it on, I got it on. So once I finished school, and then that lifestyle just kind of changed, went back to church boy.
mm-hmm.
When I got divorced, that dude came right back around the corner again.
Mm,
He came right back, like, yo, bro, I missed you
yep,
for 20 years. Where you been? You,
mm-hmm.
and this is how we do what we do.
So I'm gonna look, tag me in. Okay, so I come from a family of addicts. My father was an alcoholic. He stopped drinking. He became a dry drunk, and then he went into opiates because he had back pain. And then some other people in the family too. I don't talk about them. I only talk about myself. But I do talk about my dad. Just you can see like the because it didn't start there with him. It started with other people too. But I think about when I was in college, I wasn't the person that wanted to drink. I just did it because my friends were doing it. And every time I would drink, I would get sick because I was like, it was, I guess my body was saying, don't do that. I didn't really like the taste of it. I just did it. And they would just drink and drink and drink it. And going back to numb, I only did it to numb everything I was
Mm,
feeling
yeah.
in college. I was very promiscuous. I slept with everybody. Like when I tell you I slept with everybody, I slept with everybody. And I was drinking. And it was just like, it's still, I wanted to be numb. And in that moment, as me doing that, I was. But the minute I stopped, reality was right there saying, hey, just because you did that doesn't mean I'm gone. So when
Mm,
you said the person was right there waiting on you, like, this is what we do, that's exactly what happens.
yeah.
So how long when the person returned, how long did that person stay?
But uh, it stayed for a few minutes. It
Mm,
stayed. When I say, I mean, when I got remarried, there was still residue of the old me. That
mhm.
even my wife today realized that I couldn't see it,
Yeah.
because pride was so high intense.
Mhm.
So, I'm just that part of the conversation would be kind of numbed out. But having to live with a father who was an alcoholic, right? I call him a conservative alcoholic. You know, he had his moments, but in college, that's when it all started for me. I was just curious and I wanted to drink because for me, it made me a cool dude, right?
Mhm.
And I didn't, I go to the party, I'm gonna be the coolest, smoothest dude in the room. I ain't gonna be falling on the floor, I'm gonna be drinking and driving, crashing that wall. I ain't doing none of that. I'm gonna be smooth. And that was my thing. And so I realized that I put two and two together from the past to the future of 2010. That was a cool place for me. So I picked it back up again. Now the question is, did it ever die? I'm gonna say it probably
Oh,
on a temporary hold. It was probably I probably never dealt with it leaving school. So it was still waiting for me to because it wasn't dead. It's still alive. And so the time moves on, you kind of realize that that's an addiction without saying, because you think that, well, people say addiction can come all kind of ways, right? And
mhm.
I look at it as a place where if it causes you to come out of your character to any degree, for a long period of time,
Yeah.
it's an addiction.
Yeah.
And so and I realized that whenever I did that, that took me out of my character to do things that just wasn't right nor godly. And so the question was, did it ever leave? I think it did lie dormant until it was time for it to reappear again. And then the crazy part of moving fast forward, I was in counseling session with one of my pastor friends, and
Mm-hmm.
I told him, I said, man, that thing's back again. Because whenever I had situations, I know how to go chill, go give me some little wine, whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
let life be life.
Yeah.
Because the man didn't die. And I realized that until I kill this joker, till I murder this joker, he gonna always be around. And I made up my mind in the last 8 to 10 months, I'm gonna kill this joker.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna kill him with a bomb. I don't want him to like even have an ounce of breath back. Because I realized that the person, the character who I want to be, and things I want to do, and my two grandchildren, and most of all the kingdom of God with my two grandchildren,
For sure.
it's like, come on, dude, you gotta do better than this. Yeah,
Okay. So I'm feeling. First of all, I'm feeling hot, but I'm feeling what you're saying when you talked about when you talked about killing that man. Um, in order for me to live the life that I'm living right now, back up. In order for me to thrive in the way that I'm thriving right now, I literally had to kill her. And when I would tell people that, they were like, "Oh my God, that's so graphic." But you don't understand the life
mm,
that she was living. Like she was destroying me. So I had to go in and like it wasn't one of those things like when people say they're like an invasion and all those things and people get harmed. Like I literally set her up like an assassination
yeah,
because she was conniving and she was that like she was cutthroat as well. So I had to go in and just like murder her like that too because she was going to come back. And at any time I knew, or situations like you said, I was like, she would resurface. So
yeah,
when you said that, I was just like inside, like, man, I get that. I get the sound of I mean, I understood the words of murder and kill and all that. You was like, I had to do a bomb because that person would have destroyed your life completely
yeah,
had you let them just like sit in the background. Like, you can just sit in the background. Just don't come around.
yeah,
I know you're there, but I'm just going to just do this. That, I mean, that takes awareness and it takes bravery and courage and all that because some people know that that type of person are within them or around them and they won't do anything about it, just push them in a closet, like you go over there and that's not safe.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the key word that and sometimes I've learned that although you may be aware, but God puts people in your life to show you what you're not aware of.
Mm.
But the question is now, am I going to be in a long term state of denial? Because the longer I'm in denial of what has been brought to my attention that I already know, because I'm in denial,
Yeah.
am I going to come to my truth? Like, you
Yeah.
know what? At some point, if I keep going on this road, it's going to
Hmm.
lead to some type of destruction or
Hmm.
disaster. And then I'm going to be having the old saying, oh Lord, why me? What, Joke, I told you. I gave you, I gave you everything you needed. You just was a nut
Yeah.
and is in denial
Hmm.
because I believe God will give you the answers and the resources if you just listen.
You listen.
And I think sometimes it's hard to listen to people when you know they're right, but if you're in a strong level of denial, you cannot hear they're right. And that's where I was for a long period of time. I mean, a long time. I just got out of 6 weeks of therapy.
Good. Talk about it.
And I was so in denial of therapy.
Hmm.
Not because I mean okay, I've been to counseling sessions, not
Yep.
therapy. I
Hmm.
think it's different. Counseling is just, therapy is they start to get to the root of of the part that you don't want you don't want to tell yourself that you know.
Correct. Uh-huh.
And that 6 weeks exposed so much of me that I did not know. Again, talking about the broken piece of me to
Yep.
get to the better piece of me.
Yep.
It exposed so many things. And if any man's watching this, bro, I'm telling you, you got to get in there. Because once you get in there, you're going to come out either bitter or broken. One or two, or a whole bunch of better. 'Cause something's
Yeah.
going to happen. You ain't going to come out, it won't be the same.
Won't be the
And I think
same.
I cried every single week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
every single week. I mean, it was brutal,
Mm-hmm.
but it was better because
Hmm.
now I can see myself now. Other day ago, I went to a friend of mine's church office,
Okay.
and I walked in the office, and lady said, "You look clean." I said, "What? You look clean?" I said, "Well, I have gone through therapy." She said, "That's what it is."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So all the pores, all the toxics of mental stress and mental
Mm-hmm.
anguish and mental pain from the past, we don't realize how much we cannot see how dirty we are.
Oh.
Again, I felt I was clean because I went through some things that
Mm-hmm.
feel more better to make me better.
Mm-hmm. First of all, congratulations to going to therapy. Congratulations. So many people will not go for that very reason. I don't want to be crying. I don't want to be exposed. I don't want to look at my true self. I don't want to like stop being in denial because denial, like, this is the thing. This is what I say. Other people have said it too. When you stop being in denial, now you know you got to do something about it.
Mm,
It's like, oh, that's a problem. Oh,
yeah,
that's a thing. Oh,
yeah,
I've been doing that. Oh, now I know, and now I got to do something about it. Or you don't, and then shame on you if you don't. But when it is like placed in front of you and say, hey, this is the issue right here,
yeah,
or these are the situations right here,
yeah,
and this is how you show up in your marriage, in your business, with your friendships, and da 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 da. Da. This is the reason why you don't see the outcomes or the results that you want because of this.
yeah,
And I know you didn't explain it like that, but I know that's what happened.
yeah,
Because when you could break down and cry like that, and I feel like most people do cry for various reasons, but that cry is a release. Like, oh my God, this is what I've been doing. Like,
mm,
I cannot believe
mm.
I've been showing up as this person, or I've been behaving like this, and all those things. So kudos to your therapist, whatever. Should you want to share that later, share it, whatever. But what I'm saying is for you to go and say, I'm gonna put myself here because of this situation. Or I no longer go back to the title of the podcast. I no longer want to cry in the car. I literally want to get out. And that's the whole thing about it because men cry in the car, they cry in the shower, they cry in the closet, they cry everywhere they find solitude, right?
Oh,
Right.
also at church. Now I'm gonna tell you why you
And,
cry at church.
okay.
Because, see, y'all think I'm crying because it's the worship service. I ain't crying for that. I got something else going on I'm crying about. So I got a chance to cry in public. What y'all think is one thing, actually it's something totally different. That's crazy, but that's the truth. But going back to what you said, so
Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay.
until you get in life
Mm,
where you will become Moses and you get to the Red Sea and you got to make a decision. Either I'm going to turn back and die or I'm going to figure out how to get across.
yeah.
And the main thing he had to do was be still
Hmm.
and pray that the God he's been serving will speak and call things to be.
That's
Because
right.
his destiny
That's right.
would not have changed until he had stopped and made a decision. I'm going to speak to the situation so it can actually take place.
Hmm.
And so I got to my Red Sea life where I couldn't go back and I can't go forward. And the good thing about this is, Lynn, is that All the things that God had reserved with my name on it
Mhm.
was on the other side.
Mhm.
But see, I was dodging the Red Sea, but I had to get to the
Mhm.
Red Sea in order to get to the other side to get the better stuff with my name on it.
Yeah.
So when I came to that place where I had to,
Mhm.
hey man, here I am. Be still, shut up, listen, and listen to the voice of God. And I would tell you what to say and say it when I say it and move on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to the church thing just for a second. You said I would cry in church because that was public and people would think I was worshiping, but really I'm crying about something else. Man, that hit. That truly, truly hit. Because again, most places, most services, um it's a public place, but it's safe to worship, right? Oh, it's safe to have tears and jump up and down and whatever we do. And yet that's still very deceitful. I'm thinking about how many times I did that. Like, dang, I'm crying. And they think I'm just praising the Holy Spirit. And I'm just like, no. Um, so thank you for like thank you for
Yeah,
sharing that too.
yeah.
Because how many other people actually do that as well, you know?
It's amazing because, you know, I think there's probably a oxymoron going at the same time because you probably do have a sense of worship because you're grateful
Yeah.
just to be in the house of the Lord, right?
Yeah.
Like God, you didn't kill me. You didn't kill me, right? So I can't. Oh, but by the way, I still have this remorseful or sorrowful
Mhm.
situation I'm dealing with mentally, yet and
Mhm.
spiritually. But yet I'm trying to praise you, so I'm going through this. So I'm battling all at the same time,
Yeah.
trying to weep over my foolishness and over my
Yeah.
anxieties and my fears and all these things I'm dealing with. So I can go to
Mhm.
church and I can do this thing because remember I'm a good pretender. I got a good mask I can put on until I realize that everybody sees me. I think they don't see me, which is crazy, but that's the truth.
Mhm. Mhm. It's like they say, pay no attention by with the man behind the curtain. It's like, but we see the man behind the curtain. He was like, but pay no attention. It's like, but
Yeah,
he's there.
because one
Okay,
thing,
so
Bishop Jake said
mhm.
many moons ago at a men's conference. I'll never forget it. I think it was here in Dallas. He said silent frustrations.
Mhm.
And men have so many silent frustrations, and we don't get a chance to cry. We
Mhm.
have to hold it up for everybody. And then sometimes you seem like people don't understand. And so you hold it in and you because I gotta be a man. I can't cry. I can't show my weakness. So I gotta find different spaces. And so we struggle. And then when we do cry, the worst thing a person can ask is, why are you crying? Now, I finally get a chance to be transparent and
Yeah.
cry. Then you
Mhm.
ask, why am I crying?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm so glad you said that too, because any man I see cry, my husband, my sons, my brothers, whatever, I never ask why. Well, I don't ask why of anyway, but I definitely don't ask why of a man. I usually say, can you tell me what happened? Or what's going on?
Mm,
Not why are you crying? Because that makes anyway, yeah. That's when a man is crying, that is not the thing. Ladies, when your man is crying, your brother, your husband, your uncle, your dad is crying. Do not ask, why are you crying? Come up with something else. Like I said, ask what happened. Are you okay to tell me what's going on? Something
yeah,
like that. We don't want to ask why
yeah,
because the man is crying for a reason.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have, it's almost like this whole thing of talking with you. I keep going back to the places of not having a safe space to be transparent.
Right.
and to actually cry and tell them. I mean, maybe I could have avoided some of the pitfalls that I've experienced if I knew it was okay
Yeah.
to be transparent and it was going to be a safe space. You know, safe spaces. I'm gonna tell you about safe spaces real quick. Sidebar.
Okay.
In order to communicate to a person in a safe space, I've learned that
Hmm.
they have to be safe within themselves.
Hmm.
I can't be vulnerable or express myself to a person that they ain't safe.
Hmm.
So now you got two situations going on. You got one person's community, the other person, and so it's all going to turn out to be a bunch of mess. So I realized that if I can be safe with myself first to
Hmm.
tell my truth, that
Hmm.
I'm safe. Whether you are a safe space for me or not, I'm going to be safe in my space to know that I'm one being transparent, two I'm
Hmm.
being real, and three I'm out of denial.
Yeah.
However you choose it to be, I know I'm safe for me and God. And the safest place I've learned in the whole wide world is in the will of God.
Yep. The safest. The safest, and to me the only. And if you don't understand that, or if you haven't allowed yourself to experience that, then we can find other places to try to be brave, to try to be safe, and all those things. Because
Brave.
God does. He allows, like you said, the therapist. Like, I'm a therapist myself. He allows the therapist, the pastor, the great friend, the best friend, like the favorite cousin, to be those spaces for you until you understand who he is for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know, he just truly does. And the fact that society has conditioned us and programmed us for women to act like this, men to act like this. Men don't supposed to cry. You're supposed to be hard. Women supposed to cry. We're supposed to be soft. Like, and that's why a lot of people say, "Oh, you acting like a woman. Stop acting like a female. Stop acting like." It's like, what?
wow,
Masculine and feminine energy, they don't
wow,
have a gender.
right,
Like, we all can be masculine at times. We all can be feminine at times. It doesn't mean anything that is negative. It's just, that's just what's on the inside of us, right?
yeah,
And so for us to be so programmed to the man being the provider, the supporter, the strong, the stoic, the da 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 da, and then we get upset when, as wives or as partners, what's wrong with you? Why you can't be more loving? Why did it's like, well, hold on. Didn't you just say you wanted me to be this, this, and this, and then you want me to turn around and be soft and romantic and like, it doesn't work like that. That's why I think we should just like stop all of that with, this is how a man should act, this is how a woman should act. Like, I want you to be so open and transparent and vulnerable with me. I don't care if you are my husband, my sons. Like, my sons, I tell them all the time, cry. I ask them, what's going on? What happened? You can cry. It's safe, because I don't want them to grow up to be men
mm,
like you were, like my husband was, like most men, and not be able to cry and not be
mm,
able to show emotion and not be able to say, I'm not okay.
mm,
Like, I'm losing it here.
mm,
But because of society, I gotta be like, I got it together. And so I gotta cry in the car, and I got cried in the other places that we stayed before. Like,
yeah,
this is the reason, and I don't know if I told you, but this is the reason why God had me do this podcast, for that reason. He was like, so many men are crying in the car. Gave me the title, gave me everything. And so it's going to be blessed simply because I am being obedient,
yeah,
and because of these type of conversations. Like I said, yes, men cry in the car, but we want to get you out of the car. We want you to be able to be open up and be brave and just go get counseling or whatever you need to get. Um, so you no longer have to be in the car.
yeah,
Like, that broken space that you talked about is so real for so many men.
yeah,
And the better place, talk more about that, because I want them to understand they can relate to you being broken. They can relate to that
yeah.
all day long. Yeah, man, I got you. But help them to relate to you to be in the better place.
Well, in order to be in a better place, it takes one to really identify what it looks like. And if you've been so blind through time of what better looks like, then you struggle. It becomes real foggy. And so you press towards being better, but you have so much of the broken that supersedes quote unquote your better. You kind of go back and forth looking at the broken, and so you fight to persevere through the barriers to be better. And then when you finally show up in the room, now you got to start doing the comparisons thing. Now
Mhm.
that I'm here, now
Mhm.
I got to look at that joker, that joker, that joker, and realize, man, I ain't got, I'm nowhere. So now the struggle to really be in the room with quote unquote, I think better people. So then it's another fight. And so
Mhm.
then you strive to get to that level. And then when you realize you finally get to level of better and realize everybody better is broken. So I've been striving to be better in comparison for people. And I realized that, man, if I can just be the best of me better and forget everybody else is better, then I
Mhm.
become my best.
That's right.
And so then the transformation was I got in my car, left Detroit, had a car that wasn't mine, had clothes that wasn't mine that people bought. I mean, I just it's the truth. And so I came to Dallas.
Yeah.
And so I had a good friend, family friend, I call him family friend, Fred Hammond and Ray Hammond. They gave me a job
Mhm.
here in Dallas.
Mhm.
And Ray and I, we grew up as childhood friends. Fred's a little bit older than us, maybe about
Mhm.
6, 7 years older than us.
Mhm.
So I worked with Fred and Ray for about a year. And so I'm thinking we're about to get this new season on in my life. Well, I met my wife in the come from Dallas from Detroit to Dallas. I met my wife 30 days later.
Mhm.
Best thing in the world.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's the best thing in the world. And so meeting her, and then she's seeing all the brokenness parts and pieces of me that I don't think that's broken. Something wrong with her, right? So, but truth be told, she kind of saw it all. And so I worked for Fred, and now I got a new job, and I'm there for a year. And then Ray comes in his office and say, "Yo, bro, you got to go." I'm thinking, what, man? I just got here, man. I'm just now back on my feet, man. He said, "No, man,
Mhm.
you got to go. It's time for a new season in your life. New season in my life, man. I just got out of that one. I'm in this one. Now I'm talking about another one." And so,
Mhm.
make a long story short, my wife and another friend of hers went to Greg Ellis's studio out in Edison. Greg Ellis from Dallas Cowboys, retired football player, good friend of mine. And he hired me.
Mhm.
And he hired me. And we worked together for 2 or 3 years. At the same time, my wife is still working with me. She's tuning me up. We married now. She's still working
Mhm.
on me. Like, girl, I'm good. No, you ain't good. I'm trying to make you better.
Mhm.
And then finally Greg shuts his studio down, thinking, here we go again, another season. I'm thinking it's getting better, but it's like it's getting worse as it gets better.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm comparing myself to everybody else in the room, right?
Mhm.
And then I finally get to a place where I step out on faith and I go full-time entrepreneur, right? Like really full-time. I didn't know how to shoot a camera. I didn't know how to take pictures. I didn't know how to edit, none of that stuff. But it's a university called YouTube University. And I'm gonna tell you, it's the best university that is tax free. Don't cost
Yep.
you a dime.
Yep.
And so I got my classes set up. I got in there and learned how to shoot a camera, learn
Mhm.
how to edit, learn how to do marketing, learn how to do advertising, all through the University of YouTube University. I'm telling you, I'm probably got a doctoral degree in the University of YouTube. And so at the same time, I'm getting better now. I'm starting to
Mhm.
apply myself to things that's going to make me better. At the
Mhm.
same time, there were other things that I couldn't see that God gave me somebody to see. Again,
Right.
I'm still in denial. I'm still got some old man I'm dealing with that ain't dead. it's dying, but it ain't dead.
Hmm.
You feel me?
For sure. I
So,
do. I do.
so now I'm in the process of stuff still getting better. I'm shedding off this stuff. I'm shedding this stuff off, but some of it's still like behind the collar, right? It's still back there hanging out. And then over time, it just really broke to realize that I'm trying too hard to make me better.
Hmm.
Let me go find some source. And then when I began to yield myself to God and say, God, you seen the whole story of me. I can't do this. I need some help. For real. I mean, like if you say who you say you are, and I see all these stories on TV and real life, okay, if that's who you're supposed to be, I need for you to be that for me. Because I want to be really solid better for
Yeah.
myself, for my family, and most of all, the lifestyle you want me to live. When I finally came to a place of yielding all of me, then I start to see that I felt better
Yeah.
about me. I didn't
Yeah.
care what nobody said about me. I
Hmm.
felt good about me because God did all the internal surgeries that I needed, all the stuff that was lying dormant.
Yeah.
He just picked them out one at a time. And so today, January, July 14th, I can say I'm in a better place, still striving to be better.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Still striving to be better. The fact that you wanted to no longer be broken, right? Because brokenness, as you already know, and as you already shared, and some other things you haven't shared, you know how it was damaging relationships, opportunities, situations, like environment. You know that. And at one point, you didn't care. But then the minute you start caring, you're like, you know what? This
Yeah.
is not who I want to be anymore. And
Yeah.
I think that that's the part when we really do start healing. There was it was 2000, and I share this story a lot, but I know I haven't shared it with you. I think it was 2007. I was working in a hospital. I won't name the hospital. I was working in a hospital, and at that time, I was facilitating groups with substance abuse um, clients. And one lady wanted to talk to me one on one. I was like, oh, cool, fine. But long story short, she says, Lynn, let me tell you something. She says, when I knew I was ready to heal, I had to see it like this. And this is what she said. She said, I had to get butt ass naked and
Mm,
put myself on the floor. And all I could visualize when she was saying that was when you don't have any clothes on and you are
mm,
sprawled out,
yeah.
there's so much exposure in so many parts and
Yeah.
areas. And I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I never forgot that. And I
Yeah.
said that sounds like a person that is really open up to a true
Yeah.
healing journey,
Yeah.
to be exposed like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
The healing journey. And, I think the old phrase is good, better, best.
Hmm.
I think how it goes. So I'm not at my best.
Hmm.
I don't want to even think that I am. And I hope I never ever get there. And I say that in a Fred Hammond voice because that's how he talks. Get there. He talks real.
Hmm.
Um, because once you think you're there, you're done.
Yep.
I think you're done. And so every day I strive to be better. I've created new habits, new structures, um, new way of doing things physically, mentally, uh,
Hmm.
more practices, more good habits, and
Hmm.
really fighting off the bad habits to
Yeah.
be better,
Yeah.
to one day being my best. And my best, I hope, doesn't come until they bury me and they
Yeah.
can talk about the best that I was. But I want to always continue to to identify that there was a broken place that was just broken bitter, and there's a better place that I'm in, but it's
Hmm.
the best place where I want to be.
Hmm.
And I don't get them twisted anymore. I don't labor with my brokenness.
Yeah.
I know that there are things in my past that could stir up if I don't practice my better, being better every day.
Yeah.
It's a practice. You know, like my boy from uh, Allen Iverson says, it's just
Mhm.
practice. Just
Mhm.
practice. Keep practicing every day to be better, because
Mhm.
you know what you've done in the broken place and what kind of person that you were.
Yeah.
And so my strive every day is to be a better person. Again, I have to put things in place that I can hold myself accountable, allow other people to hold me accountable,
Mhm.
so I can be a better, striving
Mhm.
to be the best person I can be.
Yeah. And that's who I see. Yeah, we all have work to do. Should we allow God to continue to work in us and through us? We still have work to do.
Yeah, yeah,
But I definitely see the better. Like, and thank you for allowing me to see the better. Um, I would have understood the broken for sure.
yeah.
I would have understood that guy for sure. Um, but yeah, it's the transformation as you speak about it is a beautiful thing. It's a
I have
beautiful thing.
I have an organization called Men of Influence, right? And I don't tell us a lot. Well, I do sometimes. So it's called Men of Influence. On my 49th birthday,
Mhm.
I was going to write a book about my life, right? And so I started writing the book, and I just couldn't come up with, seemed like nothing, right, that made any sense. And so what I decided to do finally, I said, well, God, I can't write this book. I'm good. I'm done with it. Then this thought came in my mind, said, on your 50th birthday party, won't you celebrate 7 men who are doing the doggone thing? And so on my 50th birthday, I celebrated 7 men who were in the community doing great things. Now, that was basically a cover up. So I wouldn't be exposed to my truth. And my truth was that 49 years prior to, it wasn't the way I wanted to be. And so I told God on my 50th birthday, over the next decade, because I'm thinking about 10 years and or 40 years that has passed by. How about this next decade, these next 10 years, I'm going to resubmit myself in total transformation. Now, again, it's a process. So I can say that I'm still in the 10-year frame. I'm 58, I'll be 59 this year. Lord's willing, I can go back if I live to be 60. Hopefully I do. I can go back and look over the last 10 years in comparison to the prior 10 years, and then maybe write a book that makes some sense. But I had to be able to yield myself again and surrender myself to all the things that I thought I was and who I was and all that crazy stuff. So again, I'm in my 8th year of the 10-year cycle of the decade, and,
Mhm.
and I'm grateful that I can say that I'm in a better place than I was my 49th, 48th, 47th year.
Yeah. Yeah. But even though you said you were trying to take the next step in your life, that still you were being obedient.
Yeah,
You were still being obedient to that, even if you felt like you were like being a traitor to yourself. You didn't say the word, but not recognizing yourself, you were still being obedient to
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So there's a lot of different hats and characteristics of you. I appreciate you coming here being vulnerable because we have never talked on this level before. It's just been that business side, but I thank you for thank you for showing us this side. Thank you for coming and talking to me in the most comfortable way that you have. I really appreciate that. Like I never take that for granted when when anyone talks to me, but definitely when men talk to me, because I know I can definitely be a safe space for men.
Hmm.
That is one gift that I know God has given me. Um, Even in my private practice, when men talk to me, they're like, "You're the only woman that I cry in front of." I'm like, "Oh, all right. Well, let's try to get past that because I don't want to be the only one. I want you, you know." So, thank you, but I don't want to be the only one. So, I do thank you again for coming on, having your time with me because I know you're a very busy man. And also, before we go, I want you to do two things for me. I want you to let people know, well, maybe three things. If you have anything coming up in the community where we can support you, I also want them to know exactly how they can find you on all our social media platforms. And after that, your very last words, like for any man that's going to come on and watch the replay, what words would you give him?
Okay, so my company is Owens Media Production, and we're in Duncanville, Texas. The website is owensmediaproduction.net. Social media is same, Owens Media Production. Personally, my social is JWayne Owens. Um, I partner with my wife with Where Are You Outreach and Ministry. Two becomes one. And so we have a homeless outreach ministry. I think we on the 21st of July, I believe it is. But you can go to her page, Letitia Owens, and you can see the flyer of the event we're doing for the less fortune in the community. And that's this month, I think July 21st, I believe it is. But as far as a final word to men, um, it's so many final words I probably could say. But if I was to tell a brother that if you learn how to um, find out who you are first, self discovery, discover who you are. And then number two, it says, once you learn that, then start being that person. And the last thing I'll say is put God first in all that you do, because, like in Jeremiah, he said, I know the plans I have for you. All I need you to do is go on my page and walk with me and trust me and know that it's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yep.
trust.
Yeah. I thank you for that. And I didn't know you and your wife had something going on the 21st, but we'll talk about that offline. Anyway, thank you so much. Do not leave. I just want to end the show and I want to talk to you afterwards. Okay.
All
If
righty.
that's okay. All right. Thank you.
News.
All right. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us, catching the replay. Again, please like, share, subscribe, set your notifications because, again, Men Cry in the Car podcast is for you. It's for your husband, it's for your partner, it's for all the people, even for young boys, young men need Men Cry in the Car as well. But as I always stated at the end of every episode, men, I see you, I hear you, and I support you. Until next time, bye for now.